and find something you're passionate about besides Ziggy.
It starts right this second, Whispers. Where are you going? I just noticed that Josh is live, which I didn't notice until I hit the live button. So, sorry, Caitlin had me take a video for you guys. Oh, shoot. Didn't mean to do that. Level up. So, Jerry, you're the #1 wiener today. Hey, RJ and Red. Maybe I should show so people don't think I'm like naked. I don't even have a topic today, but you know. Hey, Betty. Hey, Red, RJ. So, hey, Robin, Sherry. Like rested? I guess I'm rested. I got all my tarot cards in from China. I could definitely tell a difference in the quality. I mean, they're really thin, kind of, but they'll do. Hey, Hatties. Is Josh still live? I found the thumbnail I put on this video. It was one I made a long time ago. Sorry, I just saw Prairie Garden's thumbnail and it said, did Candace say Cam or Pam? What does that mean? There's a lot of people live right now. Let's see, the jumpsuit Pablo. Oh, shoot, he might have done a video already. Ooh, he did. Well, it's only 3 minutes. It's only a 3-minute video, though. Let's see. Here, I'll show it while people are coming in. Oh my gosh, it was almost 80 degrees today. Sage Sleuth. Is Sage Sleuth the one? Who is it that came in here and was that her that came in here and was like giving me a hard time that one time? I don't think it was. And just great offerings being offered to the wells. Pull a card for Brittany. Okay, I'm gonna use my Rebel deck. It's the funny deck, so. Hey, Gina Connor. He removed video. Why is that? -13. Well, it was almost 80 degrees Fahrenheit here. So this is for Brittany. We're gonna pull a card, see what it says here. Just while we're waiting for people to come in. You are talented and here, let me show you what you got. I'm not even joking. You are talented and fucking amazing. And it says the world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. Sorry, it's really bright. But here's the you are talented and fucking amazing. Duh, we already knew that. Tell us something we didn't know. Right? Can you guys hear my sound machine thing? Hopefully. So I have a house in Arizona. Loved it when the winters get too cold here for. I like Arizona because the heat is dry and so when it gets hot, I just don't. I hate humid heat. Like Florida, I'm not a big fan of Florida really. I mean, I love South Beach, but nice in Oklahoma. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys. I uploaded, or actually, I guess I could show it while we're still waiting. For anybody that's interested, because I found it. Found these in my closet. I got them for Caitlin, but she never wore them. I guess she doesn't think they're as awesome as I do. They're Michael Kors size 8. Hold on, let me will it change pictures? Okay. So the Georgie trainer, color name vanilla, size 8. Leather upper, leather and man-made. Anyways, anybody's interested, let me know. Oh, yeah, these are size 18, or 18, I'm sorry, 8. And I probably could sell them online for well over 100, but who knows how long it would take me to sell them though. 111? Well, it was 1111. The bloody one. Hey, Brooke. What do you mean the bloody one? Oh, is tonight the full moon? I did hear we're having a full moon in the next day or two, so I heard that just recently, so maybe the video is old. This is only a 3-minute video, but this is the guy I watched yesterday called Jumpsuit Pablo. It says here are clips from the inmates currently incarcerated at South Carolina Department of Corrections, the same prison system where Alex Murdaugh is serving his life sentence. Well, okay, so it might not be exactly the same. Go outside and howl. Felt like it tonight at work. What happens on full moons? Is that like, wait, Josh is still live, isn't he?
Recordings just got better.
Here.
I want to know how he's able to do that with messages like that. Up here.
It's really.
I have footage from inside the South Carolina Department of...
Mine are supposed to be able to do that. But they don't, but it doesn't. And also, when you put in emojis, it's supposed to come up on the screen too. Let me put a heart and see if it works. I don't think it's going to work because... Hey, Kathy. People are off center. What do you mean? A lot more? Those who are crazy, like, show it, basically, is what you're saying? Okay, so if I get extra crazy this evening, now it might get a little crazy. You never know here over on the Zigster show. Speaking of Walmart, Will Ferrell was at our not the Walmart here in Shelbyville, but in Beech Grove. I know there's a couple people that come in here that live in the Beech Grove area of Indianapolis. And I guess he was there filming for a movie. Funny how he chose Beech Grove of all places. I mean, that's the one, that's the Walmart that there was like a fight, or there was something very violent that happened there recently. Somewhat recently, at least. Hey, Baked Allegation. Good to see you. Let's draw a card for Sherry. I know Sherry doesn't care. I'm going to draw one of these cards for her. Let's see what they have. What Spirit has to say to her today. Says, fucking apologize. Uh-oh, what'd you do? Oh, man, it says, seriously, just do it. I know. Wait, hold on. Who do you have to apologize to, Sherry? And then it says, seriously, just do it. See how fabulous I am. Hey, HOP. I'm trying to figure out what your name's supposed to mean. I'm thinking it's something penis. Did I tell you we used to make birthday cakes for Garth Brooks' children? Oh, that's cool. His wife, what's her name? People always, I don't think she's like particularly attractive. But people used to always say I look like her. I don't. Hey, Jane, don't. Jane, don't. What does Spirit have to tell her? Put the fucking phone down. Too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. uh, we're probably all guilty of that, right? Adele, yeah. People say Adele too. I hear Adele more, so okay, party cake. Party cake. That one was harsh. Yeah, this is the harsh this is supposed to be the Hey Sheba. Okay, party cake. You are giving away your power. You are a badass. Act like it. It says you are badass. Act like it. You're giving away your power to somebody. Jane's like, pull another one for me. Shame, regret, and guilt. Those are all just bullshit. Forgive. Let that shit go. Who do you have to forgive? Who do you have to forgive, Jane? Don't. You agree with the badass part? Oh, when did you say that, Sherry? Did you say that tonight? Sheba wants a. Oh no, you did? Why? What's going on with him? Get the fuck out of your head. Get in your heart. It misses you. Get the fuck out of your head. Get in your heart. This part's too hard to see the back of this one. Why? What was going on? Did it seem like he was... What were they talking about over there? Is he still pro Don? Yeah, we could probably all take all this advice, really. There's a lot of people live right now. Probably not the best time, but oh well. So Caitlin had me film a video for you guys. I don't know if you want to see it, but hold on, let me see if it arrived. I don't know if I should show it really. Chastity, hold on. Let's see. Yeah. All right, looks like I'm about to send it again. Okay, Chastity. Wonder what Alex Murdaugh's first would it be? No, wouldn't it be? When did he get sentenced? Friday? Has it been that long? Guess it would have had to been. Wonder how his first weekend in the Slammer was. Officially the first weekend of the rest of his life in the Slammer. So this is. Was it the Walmart the manager took out people? I know Dahlia was filming that Walmart in Tennessee. No, the Walmart that I was talking about was Beach Grove Walmart. That's where Will Ferrell, I guess Will Ferrell was there. And this is in Indianapolis, filming for some kind of movie. Might as well get comfy. I think he'll probably have a pretty comfortable life in there. Okay, Chastity. You are talented. You are talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. Didn't I read this one earlier? Who did I read this one for earlier? Is this the one I read that you were drawn earlier during your reading? Who did I? Oh, I know. Will Ferrell's awesome. Who did I draw this one for? Did I get this one? I got this one for somebody else too, just a little bit ago. I see how bad my memory is. Bristol, Tennessee. Walmart is a rough place. You read it when you first started. Was that? But it fits. You're like, I'll take it. Okay, I'm gonna put those away. Let's try to stay away from the tarot from this channel. Oh, Brittany. Well, hey, it applies to both of you guys. You guys must be like really both just awesome people. I know Brittany is. She's been here a while. I'm sure Chastity is too. You're kind of. How long have you been coming around here, Chastity? She's 14. She had me take a video of Athena's dingleberry. If you guys would like to see it. Oh, geez. She's good. She thinks she's hilarious. She was just cracking up about a dingleberry. Let's watch this real quick.
Of corrections taken by actual inmates themselves. Alex Murdaugh is serving his life sentence in that very same Department of Corrections. So I want to give you guys an inside look into how it really is on some of these prison yards there.
Damn, do you guys remember? He was only at 5,000 subscribers. He jumped 2,000 subscribers overnight. I remember those days, the good old days. No, my hair is straight as can be. When I haven't straightened it, but I do have a straightener that I use sometimes when I want it to be like, you know, look healthier. Mustard. Thanks. It's actually a sports bra because, you know, ever since I know how much certain people love it when I come on here in a sports bra, so figured I'd do it again for him. Rawr. That's odd though, Kathy. A mustard. Been having dreams about my aunt. 1038. I don't know anything particular about the number 1038. Did you look it up to see if it means anything? Okay, this guy is Jumpsuit Pablo, and he's the one, he was in prison for 10 years in the South Carolina DOC. So, whoa, what's that? Is that weed? Maybe I should just like let it play and we'll see.
These will help elaborate on a debate that is currently dividing pretty much everyone who's following the Alex Murdaugh situation. Will he go into protective custody, or will he go into the more dangerous area that could potentially lead to him becoming a powerful and dangerous inmate himself? If Alex wants protective custody, I think it won't be long before he realizes this just isn't for me. When you're thinking contraband, phones, drugs, and just activity in general, it's nowhere to be found in protective custody. As you can see, this is where you're going to find the drugs at. Right here, you can see there's a large amount of weed and even digital scales. Maybe he just wants to drink a little alcohol and watch the game. Well, if you want to do that every day, you're going to have to go where they make wine every day, as you can see here. From what I understand, opiates, pills may be his preference. They have those. Even K2, spice. If you want to do that every day, you're going to have to be where you can find that every day.
Holy crap. They don't have that shit like that. I don't know. When I was in jail, I mean, I saw like a little bit of like, but it's not like that really in jail. I mean, well, they have people that are on work release that bring it in. Because they didn't always like check you when you're coming in on like work release. But I mean, it's a huge risk. But in prison, you know, a lot of those guys are there for a long time, so they risk it, I guess. Or either maybe they have lives. I don't know how they get in there. I guess from the guards, probably. And Alex Murdaugh is probably can get anything he wants in there. With as much money that he has access to, can you imagine? a.m. Oh, Alex. He probably doesn't want to get. He's probably trying to avoid getting anybody in trouble. Packages. What's the new drug, Sherry? I mean, I've heard of some new ones that I've never even seen. Like, I've never even seen crocodile or whatever that shit is, or no, I don't think he was, Brittany. I'm sure that's just BS. I'm sure, I guarantee he was selling them. He probably was it him, or he might have had a runner that did it for him, like the guy. That one person who's that one guy in his family that's kind of like shady, or the one that it was like a cousin or something. He probably was his runner and probably did all the selling for him out of Russia. In chat, I have a big for EL. He did not take that many pills without alarming himself. Exactly. A. Smith? What? Oh, okay. That's his cousin's name. Tran-Q. Why? What are you tricking me into, Sherry? I'll look it up. Hold on one second. Did he admit to buying sex? I will. I'll look it up.
We heard in a leaked phone call that he made, he likes to gamble, play cards. He wants to have some fun in there. I mean, hell, you want to pay off a guard and get him to bring in some pizza and chicken wings? Well, you can do that. That part of the prison is also where you're going to find the weapons, the knives, the shanks, just like the ones used in the 2018 Lee County prison riot that lasted several hours and 7 inmates died in. One report even said there were bodies stacked on top of each other. Also, the general living conditions of that part of the prison. Now, in protective custody, I will admit, it's usually kept very nice, very clean. It's absolutely not the case in this part of the prison. I mean, as you can see here, the toilet eventually came off of the wall. Overflowing sinks and toilets often don't get maintenance for weeks. Not uncommon to see black widows, mice, and roaches. Both things have their pros and cons.
Mice? How would mice get in? Paying higher price to make sure I still don't believe he was taking them much. I also believe he was selling them too. Yes. I don't remember seeing any type of bugs or anything. Like, I don't even know how they would get in. It would be so cold, like freezing. And they would keep it so cold because of something to do with it slowed down spread of, I don't know if it had to do with spread of disease or something. but they kept it like so cold.
Me personally, I don't think he'll want to spend his time in protective custody. I think he'll want to go where the action is at. Okay. Let me know what you guys think. Has this footage and information changed your mind in any way, or do you feel the same still? Let me know in the comments what you think and why.
So that was Jumpsuit Pablo. Too bad it was. But you guys should all go follow him, or at least give him a like on that video, just since I played his video. Maybe he won't strike me. Oh yeah, I mean, how did he sustain an addiction like that for 20 years? I don't care how wealthy the dude was. At $50,000 a week, that is $200,000 a month. $2,400,000 a year. So over $2 million a year to just maintain a pill habit, which, I mean, I don't think that that's sustainable for 20 years, but yeah, I don't know. Same reason hospitals are usually freezing, to keep germs down. Then why do people say, oh, you better wear a jacket or you're going to get sick? I think that's a bunch of BS. Germs get you sick. The cold doesn't get you sick. The cold just slows down your immune system, though. So you get sicker more easily, but I guess they figure if no germs can get in, then nobody's getting sick. I don't know. Green Mile, he had a mouse. A mouse was going to the... Yes, they had to, like, little pets and stuff. Like, if I could catch one, if I was in jail, I would catch a little mousey. I'd be like, here, little mousies, here, have a little bit of bread. Oh, really? It's good? No, I don't think you're really given a choice, but him being Alex Murdaugh, I kind of wonder, you know? So Sherry wanted us to look this up. Trank dope. Animal sedative mixed with fentanyl brings... Yeah, so that's probably... a veterinary tranquilizer called xylazine is infiltrating street drugs, deepening addiction, baffling law enforcement, and causing wounds so severe that some result in amputation. Oh no, people are... Over a matter of weeks, Tracy McCann watched in horror as the bruises she was accustomed to getting from injecting fentanyl began hardening into an armor of crusty, blackened tissue. Something must have gotten into the supply. Switching corner dealers didn't help. People were saying that everyone's dope was being cut with something that was causing gruesome, painful wounds. I'd wake up in the morning crying because my arms were dying, Miss McCann, 39, said. In her shattered Philadelphia neighborhood and increasingly in drug hot zones around the country, an animal tranquilizer called xylazine, known by street names like Tranq, or is it Trank? Trank dope and zombie drug, is being used to bulk up illicit fentanyl, making its impact even more devastating. Xylazine causes wounds that erupt with scaly dead tissue called eschar. Untreated, they can lead to amputation. It induces a blackout stupor for hours, rendering users vulnerable to rape and robbery. When people come to the high from fentanyl has long since faded and they immediately crave more. Because xylazine is a sedative and not an opioid, it resists standard opioid overdose reversal treatments. That's true. Because fentanyl is not an opiate either. But they give people. That's confusing though, because fentanyl doesn't come up as a regular opiate on a standardized like UDS, or has to have its own test. But I know you can use what's that stuff called? I know you can use that drug to get them to come to. So how come it works on that then? I mean, I know that this is part sedative, but usually like tranquilizer. But usually tranquilizers like that are in humans are well. Okay. More than 90% of Philadelphia's lab-tested dope samples were positive for xylazine, according to the most recent data. Dope samples. What is dope? Like, what do they mean by dope, though? Do they mean heroin? No, Narcan does work for fentanyl, so that's what doesn't make sense to me why this drug wouldn't work. I also just realized I know that they give Narcan for fentanyl, but I also know that fentanyl is not an or it doesn't come up as an opiate, so I just wonder how that drug works for it. Like zombies walking around. Ew. Hey, Christy. Hey, Sugar Moon. I'm pretty sure fentanyl works with Narcan, or Narcan works with fentanyl. I just confused what this has some other type of tranquilizer in it, but I know that it works with Narcan works for fentanyl because I've seen videos where you hear about cops accidentally getting exposed to fentanyl, and then they give them Narcan. So it does work. I know. My friend used to say dope for weed, and I'd be like, "That's weird." You call weed dope? I remember her saying that. It was like 20 years ago. I remember being like, thought it was weird. Yeah, we got a error into a life or death situation. 100 times stronger. Yeah, it's strong. It's strong. It's for people who already have a tolerance to opiates. Doesn't put people in a life or death situation, but makes people act like zombies. Your dad calls weed dope. Here, let's keep reading. And actually, let me just make sure. Wait, what did that just say? Shit, no. Yes, it does work with it does work with fentanyl. Says it's too late for Philly, said Sean Westfall, an outreach worker with Prevention Point, Philadelphia, a 30-year-old health services center in Kensington, the neighborhood at the epicenter of the city's drug trade. Philly's supply is saturated. If other places around the country have a choice to avoid it, they need to hear our story. A study published in June detected xylazine in the drug supply in 36 states and the District of Columbia. In New York City, xylazine has been found in 25% of drug samples, though health officials say the actual saturation is certainly higher. In November, the Food and Drug Administration issued a nationwide 4-page xylazine alert to clinicians. Says Sean Westfall's center left attended to a man who Mr. Westfall believed had just injected trank dope in the Kensington section of Philadelphia.
Did you get it?
Uh-huh. In December, the Office of National Drug Control Policy said it was tracking the spread closely, and the journal Pediatrics published an analysis of 3 cases of xylazine injection by toddlers. Ingestion, okay. And I thought it said injection, but ingestion by toddlers. But xylazine's true prevalence is unknown. Hospitals don't test for it. Some state medical examiners don't routinely do so either. Well, they could test for fentanyl. The drug exists in a legal gray zone, approved 50 years ago by the FDA as a veterinarian prescribed analgesic. I don't know how to say that word. It is not listed as a controlled substance for animals or humans, and so it is not subject to strict monitoring. Thus, has not been on the radar of federal law enforcement for diversion or abuse. As with many trapped by trank, Mrs. McCann's hellish descent began with prescription opioids in 2009 when she was 27. She developed a dependence on painkillers prescribed after a severe car crash. Okay, I'm not going to go into that, but that's crazy. They how could it not be illegal if it has fentanyl in it? Animal tranquilizer. That's huh. A legal gray zone, right? I don't know. That's crazy. Is that where they have those is that the area where they have those needle exchange programs and like people can sit there and shoot up. Recommend giving the opioid overdose reversal medication, not naloxone, because xylazine is frequently combined with opioid. Okay, so xylazine itself is not a mixture of fentanyl, or doesn't have fentanyl in it. By itself, it is just a tranquilizer. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I was trying to hit back on this. On the webpage we were on. Instead, hit back on my StreamYard. Huh. Says sedative with analgesic and muscle relaxant properties approved for use in veterinary medicine only. Is that the same drug as ketamine? No, that's ketamine. Ketamine. We had that when I was younger. We were always told, yeah, it was called Special K. How do you confuse fantasy with fantasy? Well, maybe it's, I don't know. You know how it could be. They do it right there on the street, and you can see them doing it in some of the videos on the channel. Yeah, because I have heard of some type of, maybe it's not here in the United States, but isn't there, I could have sworn I heard of some type of area where they have needle exchange programs. It's probably in Europe, where they have needle exchange programs, and they allow them to shoot up there. Like they have places where you can go in and shoot up, so you don't shoot up in the street. I know. That's what I tell my daughter. I say, because she's getting curious about the weed, and I'm like, you cannot do stuff that is people on the street have. I think I've. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I got that, Brittany. She sent me a Cashapp. Thank you so much. So, very much appreciated. Yay. Yay. Yes, there are places in California where they give them kits and they can do it clean or whatever. I know nothing about it really, just what I've watched. I guess it's better than people doing it out in the streets, I suppose, or spreading viruses around. And yeah, grow your own or go to a dispensary. I'd much rather my daughter. I'd rather not smoke it, because I think smoking is bad for you. Either way, But I'd rather her do that than alcohol. If I had to choose. Charleston, West Virginia has something similar. Yeah, I know West Virginia has. I lived there in Parkersburg for 7 years with Jim, and oh my gosh, I'm not even joking. I could probably find pictures somewhere, like back in my Google Cloud or whatever it's called, from several years ago. There was a couple times that I literally saw people shooting up in their vehicle, because our apartment was the top level. And I remember looking down, and I looked out the window. It was a street view, just not a busy street or anything. And that's probably why it's like people would go on these. We lived in. Oh no, I lost you guys for a second. I lost you guys for a second. Hey, sending you good karma. But I looked down and I was like, Jim, come here, look at this. And he was about to yell out the window. I'm like, no, don't. Because he's the landlord. I'm like, I don't know. I just didn't want, we looked down. I looked down and they were literally in their truck. You could see straight in, you could see them shooting up. And then one time we had to call call 911 because somebody was passed out in their car in the driver's seat. They had stopped to shoot up, I guess. I didn't see them actually shoot up, but when the neighbors, when Jim went to check on him, and him and one of the neighbors opened the door, he just fell out on the ground and had to get Narcaned. I don't know what happened with him. I don't know if he survived or not. For a horse, of course. Parkersburg is horrible and getting worse. Well, I do know, that West Virginia supposedly, what's the city in West Virginia that's supposed to be there's a documentary on Netflix, or was anyways, about the drug epidemic, and it's the number one. It's got the reputation of being the number one worst area for opiate use. And it's in West Virginia. I'm sure one of you guys know. I forget right now. It's not Parkersburg, but it's, Parkersburg is bad. It's right on the Ohio, West Virginia line. It's really bad. I mean, if you're in that scene, you're going to be able to, you're going to be around it everywhere. I wouldn't know where to go at this point in my life to even get anything. They give it out? What? What do you mean they give it out? Needle exchange will check your dope for fentanyl. Well, the thing is, a lot of addicts look for that. They want the dope that's killing people because that means it's strong. People who have, so they just will use less. But yeah, I know it's sick. I know it's very sick to think like that, but it's true. That's the dope that they want. They want the strong stuff. Wheeling, Morgantown, Huntington. That's right, Betty Smith. I think it's Huntington. All of those it could be Wheeling. It could be. I'm pretty sure it's Huntington, that one I was thinking about. Maybe it's not Huntington that's the number one, but it could have been Huntington the documentary was made about. Legalize all drugs. I think I've pondered that before and thought about that, whether that would help crime rate go down. Let's see. Canada. About, what'd you say? Heroin? Safer supply program? What? Harm reduction, safe supply in the drug war. Receive prescriptions for government-funded pharmaceutical-grade opioids they can use to feel the euphoric hit they provide by drugs, or at least ward off withdrawal, instead of having to rely on street drugs. The program's called Safer Supply. Is part of an expanding movement in Canada to counter the increasingly treacherous drug supply. This program really saved us, Kim said. As the term safer supply connotes, such programs are not without risk. They are not without critics either, including some addiction medicine doctors who argue people should be directed towards treatment and that providers should be focused on reducing drug use, not furnishing the drugs. Fear of diversion that clients could sell these powerful opioids to others also weighs against the programs. A major report this year from Stanford Lancet Commission cautioned against take-home safer supply programs, invoking the overprescribing of painkillers that helped ignite the overdose crisis, and saying supporters' arguments echo the opioid manufacturers in presuming that unrestricted opioid provision can only improve public health. So is this the program you're talking about, or because this one's, they look like they're just focused on passing out opioids. Wow. Oh, to just be like, oh, just so there's not fentanyl in it. I mean, I guess it would help with I guess it would help with maybe drug violence. Maybe, but hard drugs are basically illegal here in Washington State. Our crime, etc., is worse than it's ever been. How are they legal? So does insurance cover this? How do people pay for it? I guess I'd have to look more into it. Such prongs would be illegal under U.S. policies, which strictly govern how opioids can be prescribed. It's also unlikely that the Biden administration, despite touting its support for select harm reduction strategies like syringe service programs and fentanyl test strips, would embrace such a concept. But listen to advocates, and they say if you really are on board with harm reduction principles, that is helping people use drugs in safer ways, avoid infections, and ultimately stay alive, safer supply is exactly what that looks like. The U.S. is facing the worst opioid overdose death crisis we've ever seen, said Kimberly Sue, an addiction medicine physician at Yale and the former medical director at the National Harm Reduction Coalition. We need to be doing everything possible to try at a minimum to make a dent in the unrelenting deaths that is large part have been due to changes in the unregulated drug supply. Clients in the SOS program don't have to stop their illicit use, but providers have seen clients cut back. Some have transitioned entirely to the opioids they pick up daily at pharmacies. Any fent use, she said, referring to street fentanyl. Both had easy answers no. More recently, some clinics have started providing pharmaceutical-grade fentanyl in an attempt to match the sky-high tolerances people are developing from the street supply. Clinics sometimes provide other classes of drugs as well, including stimulants. That's crazy. They probably make people, when they go there, though, I bet anything they have to stay there and freaking sit there for like an hour to make sure that they don't. I'm guessing. I don't know. Hey, Brown Bear. Right, Mama T, with the people who actually need it can't get it. In her 80s? Wow. Why would they? I've heard of that. You know, I don't understand why they would cut off somebody who's in their 70s, 80s. You know, that's crazy. There's not very many like addicts in their 70s and 80s. Like, hey, Samantha. Clients are prescribed something like long-acting morphine to provide a baseline level, as well as hydromorphone or Dilaudid. As the client's pamphlet says, clients use the Dilaudid tablets to get high, manage withdrawals, cut cravings, and treat pain. Doses are calibrated to clients' needs. Are you serious? So even the people they get to choose how much they want to use? I don't know about this. That seems like, I mean, that would have been, I mean, I didn't shoot up. Do they only give it to you injected, or? That's crazy. Rapid increase in safer supply services as more prescribers started offering it. Researchers are still evaluating the impact of programs, but early research indicates they lower overdose risk. One client here goes by Kenzie Q said the opioids provided through the program helped her reduce her fentanyl use gradually to the point where she no longer touched the street supply. She described the nervous look her pharmacist would give her when she picked up the opioids, but thanks to the option, fentanyl is not your only opiate choice out here, said Kenzie. If the program didn't come around, I don't think I could have made it. Well, so these are certain types of medications that are only given out to addicts, or is this regular? I mean, they said Dilaudid, so that's medications already prescribed to. So why would a pharmacist give her a look? Because how would she know it's for this program? Or if it's for actual pain. Safe Supply has some overlaps, but key differences compared to using medications like methadone or buprenorphine to treat opioid addiction. Those medications, which are opioids themselves, well, kinda, stave off withdrawal and minimize cravings, but don't provide a high. Methadone is an opioid. Buprenorphine is a partial agnostic. That's what they call it. The drugs offered by Safe Supply programs can, moreover, and this is wrong too. They do. Methadone definitely causes a freaking definitely gets you high. That was like my drug of choice back when I was using, because it gets you a buzz, it keeps away the withdrawal, and it lasts longer. It has a longer half-life. So you wouldn't, withdraw as soon after taking it as you would something else. But buprenorphine doesn't really, I mean, to somebody who doesn't have any type of tolerance, doesn't use it all, it might give you a little bit of a speed buzz. Having a reliable supply, however, meant they could reconnect with work or family. The clinic also linked them with other services from housing to healthcare. Multiple clients described themselves now as functional. Several said they were addressing health issues that they had long put off, including cancer and mental health screenings, and that for the first time they felt like they could be honest with their doctors. You now have the space in your life to even think about that. Another client who said his whole routine used to revolve around describing it as like a job. But Goovies, that's his last name, Nicholas Goovies, who started misusing painkillers decades ago and then turned to heroin only to watch as fentanyl took over the drug supply, was at the clinic one day last month for a physical therapy appointment. He was taking care of himself, he said. You want solutions, he asked? They're there. The drug supply is not only... I wonder, so how many times do people... How many times do people go into these places a day? I'm not going to sit here and read this whole article, but that is interesting. People abuse methadone so bad because same reason clinics put people on such high doses. They be drilling on themselves, and the reason they can never get off it. Yeah. Me and Jim used to see, I won't say which one, used to see one of his sisters constantly. Oh my God. She nods out so bad on that shit. She burns blank. She's just always nodding out like real bad on methadone. And she's like almost burnt down her mom's house. That's one of the people you guys well, not you guys, but some people were putting all their faith into and believing. Opioids are great for palliative care. What's palliative? But also, JPG 111 in chat, guys. Also, JPG, it's definitely God's street value alone without even if it doesn't give the person a buzz, because an addict will pay money for a drug that takes away the withdrawal. That's mainly why addicts keep using us to kind of keep away the withdrawal. Because once you got such a tolerance to these drugs, you don't get high anymore. It just makes you really bitchy. It changes your personality. Like once you're on it for a long time, it really doesn't, you have to mix some, start taking other drugs on top of them to get, it's just your tolerance gets higher and higher and higher. But even to Like, I know with me, I didn't care. I just didn't want to go through withdrawal, so I definitely would have. I'm sure I did a couple times pay for Suboxone. I can't remember specifically right now, but trazodone just in case. That stuff does not work for me. Isn't that trazodone? I was prescribed that for sleep at one point. Mm-hmm. There are people that would rather buy a strip of Suboxone versus their pills because it will last longer. They cut the strip up and take pieces. Yeah. And because, yeah, the half-life of Suboxone's like 12 hours or something. Methadone isn't quite as long, but it's still much longer than a regular opiate. Trazodone, sleep medication, right? Or is that the one that's like the antipsychotic? I think it's the antipsychotic, and like you can get it. People get prescribed it for sleep, or which one is that? That's for sleep, or also it's antipsychotic. One of them. Oh my god! It made me so weird feeling. I hated it. It's like, oh my god. Oh, you made a live? Oh, so you're doing YouTube now? Yeah, you have to just go on there and go live and act like you're talking on a phone. I don't see I don't know why, but I don't see your channel. Seroquel, there you go. Seroquel. That's the one. That will help you sleep. That's good for opiate withdrawal to help you if you have trouble sleeping coming off opiates. But man, that'll make you feel weird. You'll sleep for 24 hours, so be careful. Yeah, it doesn't work for me for sleep. It does for some people, I guess, supposedly. Oh, okay. When she said she made a live, I was taking it as if she. Okay, duh. Yeah. Well, that was interesting. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. My computer needs to be restarted because it's running slow. Probably need to. Oh. Aaron Carter was afraid people were after him before suspicious death. Aaron Carter's friends are doubling down on allegations that the singer's suspicious death doesn't add up. He was a sweetie pie. He really was. He just got so defensive, though. I don't know. He didn't do well with people attacking him. After the singer's mother, Jane Schneck, released gruesome new photos of the scene where her son's body was found, Morgan Matthews and Brian Cassidy told Page Six that they also believe Carter's death needs to be further investigated as a potential homicide. He would always be paranoid about people being after him or that somebody is after him. How Aaron's body was found gave me suspicion too, because I was like, wait a minute, he was paranoid or was he not? I don't want to point fingers, but it just doesn't add up. I think people figured he was paranoid because of drug use, but I don't think he was. I mean, he was doing duster and pills. I don't think he was into the speed, though. I know, he was such a cutie, but little patootie. He's young. I don't know. How old is he? Or was he? I used to watch him on Instagram all the time. I don't know. He went overboard on the face tattoos, but that's a personal choice. I guess I don't have to look at him if I don't like it, I think it was basically a F you to his haters. He just always on the defense. Aaron Carter's friends are doubling down on claims that the singer's suspicious death doesn't add up. Who's that guy right there? He would always be paranoid about people being after him or that somebody is after him, Brian Cassidy alleged to Page Six. Brian Cassidy Matthews, who worked as the I Want Candy singer's former manager, echoed those sentiments, alleging to Page Six that Carter was around the wrong people and often brought up his paranoia while the two worked on music together. He said, "There are people after me. I need help. I need to get out of this town," Matthews recalled. He was trying to leave. His house was up for sale for a long time. As previously reported, Carter was found dead at his California home in November of 2022, surrounded by cans of compressed air and prescription pill bottles. He was 34. Well, why don't we see any of those pill bottles and duster cans around, or did they take him in as evidence? Because in the pictures, there wasn't anything like that. While Carter's official cause of death has yet to be released, pending a toxicology report, the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office ruled out drowning due to not finding water in the former child star's lungs. Yeah, those pictures are pretty gross, but Aaron Carter's mother, Jane Schneck, posted gruesome photos of the scene where her son's body was found. I do remember him being scared of his neighbor. I do remember that. No, these aren't crime scene photos. These are pictures that Aaron Carter's mom posted. These are pictures that friends took. The girlfriend there's Melanie right there. She's pushing for her son's death to be investigated further, alleging the coroner never investigated it as a possible crime scene. Towels laid across the floor and what appears to be feces could be seen in the bathroom where the singer's body was found.
Sadly passed away in November of last year at his home in Lancaster, California. Now, Aaron's official cause, I have a major Aaron Carter update for you. So you guys, Aaron Carter's mom, Jane Schneck.
Let me hear this. Oh.
Is making headlines for claiming that her trending fam. I have a major Aaron Carter update for you. So you guys, Aaron Carter's mom, Jane Schneck, is making headlines for claiming that her son was murdered. As you all know, Aaron Carter sadly passed away in November of last year at his home in Lancaster, California. Now, Aaron's official cause of death has still not been determined yet by the LA County Medical Examiner. His case has been deferred pending investigation, but Aaron's mom is publicly claiming that authorities are being dismissive of her because of Aaron's history of drug use. Now, Aaron's mom is making all of these claims on Facebook. I am going to show you her post quickly, but I want to warn you that she did also include photos from where Aaron's body was found inside his home. So just wanted to give fair warning on that. But here is Aaron's mom's Facebook post. In a separate Facebook post, Aaron's mom talks about doing an interview with TMZ and how a mother will always fight for her cub. And she claims that, well, yes, Aaron had a lot of issues, that he never intended to die in that way. And she said all she's asking for is a proper investigation.
Bathtub by his housekeeper in November 2022. Any resuscitation failed. While the results of the autopsy are still pending, as Aaron's mother, Jane Schneck, now announces she believes her son was murdered. Aaron Carter is rumored to have died of an overdose, but Jane has grave doubts about that. On Facebook, she shares unseen photos of the crime scene where her son was killed. You can see the bathtub filled with green water, towels, clothes, and dirty tiles. Still trying to get a real investigation for the death of my son, Aaron Carter. I want to share these death scene photos with you all because the coroner wrote it off as an accidental drug overdose. They never investigated it as a possible crime scene because of his addiction past. Aaron Carter had received death threats over the years, Jane continued. She doubts that the towels happened to be lying so perfectly, even though the housekeeper pulled him out of the tub. Jane writes further, "A mother always fights for her cub. I just want a proper investigation. Yes, he had a lot of issues, but he never intended to die that way. The tub was still full, no evidence of him being in there. No water on the floor. Also, Betty, the housekeeper, is MIA." The first results showed that the singer had not drowned. According to Rolling Stone, the investigations into Aaron Carter's death have not yet been completed.
Carter's mother wrote, okay, still trying to get a real investigation into her son's death. The post came after Carter's off again fiancée Melanie Martin told TMZ in January that text messages between the singer and an unidentified person were submitted as evidence in what appeared to be a drug deal days before Carter's death. Oh. Look. Oh. He just loved that. Dang it. I didn't mean to do that. He seemed like a good guy, honestly. The text messages obtained by Page Six showed a suspected drug dealer attempting to collect $800 from Carter for an unknown substance. The family was suspicious that Carter may have later met with the dealer to obtain the drugs, taking a substance that might have ultimately killed him. Despite speculation surrounding Carter's death, Matthews emphasized the songwriter loved his life and shut down the idea that his death may have been intentional. He lived his life. People who love their life don't end it. Morgan Matthews told us. Or told whatever that says. We do know that Aaron lived his life every day. He woke up, called us, and he loved doing stuff every day. He loved his life. People who love life don't end it. There has been no evidence of foul play so far. Huh. I don't know. It is hard to, some people don't like to, that is true. Some people don't want to accept it. Hey, Judge Laura. This is the same person that came in as tarot destroyer. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's probably what happened. I think all addictions start with a mental health symptom. Sometime, or some, yeah, probably a lot of the times, but many times, like, I don't feel like I started using, when I was in college, because of depression. I think it was more so like to have fun. I did it because I wanted to have fun, wanted a buzz. And alcohol gave you hangovers, but pills didn't. It started out, I didn't understand addiction at first. I knew I had a friend who would beg me to give her pills if I had them and stuff, and I didn't understand it because I'd be like, why do you have to have these? I remember being annoyed. She died in her tub, also had seizures. That is true that many stars pass in bathtubs. Anna Nicole Smith. Who else? Who else? There's several. Several. Well, I might make this a short live today. There's not many in here. Whitney Houston and Whitney's daughter. Oh yeah, I was physically dependent for sure. Yeah. That's why I have gone on to get my certifications in peer recovery, and I actually have been working on, by May, I had 2 months to keep my certification, so I have to turn into the state my continuing education units so that my certifications remain active. I have been looking into possibly looking into doing something like that, but I know it doesn't pay well. But, a job like that would have benefits. Because she was wanting so bad for I guess nobody's taking it seriously. She's afraid people are just gonna like continue to say, because he has addiction history, continue to say he just overdosed. So I think she's desperate, That it does have some. That is true. That does have something. You're right, Brown Skittle. Kind of. My father. I lived with my father in high school, and yeah, he was very controlling. But it kept me from getting pregnant, getting hooked on drugs. But I was basically in a prison. But the thing is, I don't want to say prison. That's dramatic. But the thing is, when I went to once I got some freedom, I just went crazy. That's why I'm so scared with my daughter. It's like I do give her so much. I feel like it's difficult to try to find that happy medium where where you give them enough freedom but not too much, because you don't want them to hide it from you. You don't want them to hide things from you. You want them to tell you stuff. And it's just like, which way is best, to be super strict and not allow them out the house, or not allow them to go on dates, not allow them to have boys over, not allow them, what I mean? Or where they'll probably end up sneaking out and sneaking, drugs and alcohol, or is it better to give your child freedom? And how much freedom? What's enough freedom to give a child where they will not hide stuff? And do you allow them to and do you allow them? I know there won't be. I'm curious, how many of you would allow your teenage kids to drink at home or smoke weed or take edibles? I don't know. Probably not very many of you. I don't know. I've seen a lot of parents allow their kids to drink at home. Seriously. So I think many probably wouldn't admit it. But many parents do allow their kids to drink at home at a certain age. Yeah, for sure, Brown Skittle. Yes, balance in all things. I'm all about balance. Balance is key in everything. Private agencies don't pay crap. I know, it's just you don't make money. You can make more money waitressing, but waitressing is hard. It's hard on your body. You don't get good benefits. But obviously, if I worked in addictions, then I wouldn't be able to use Delta 8 or THC, even though I would be able to use alcohol, which it doesn't make sense because alcohol is way more damaging, in my opinion. I mean, think about it. Think about how the stupid shit you did when you were drunk. For those who, went through that phase of your life where you partied. And weed, not so much. Now, mixing the two is whoa. I think we should parent in a way that is completely based on the child's needs. I don't think there's one way. We usually parent kids motivated by what we wanted as kids. I know. You guys, and I know there's a lot of people that talk about my parenting on here and stuff, but because I'm so, there's a lot that goes into it. Mine's the only child. I only have one kid, and I think that plays a big part into it too. But when you go through periods like we have recently, with John, why did I say John? With Jim passing, I was thinking about my friend John. I have a friend named John, a real life friend, John, that I've known for before Caitlin was even born. But I met Jim. So like ever since when Jim passed, so she was so used to, she always got what she wanted, because if I couldn't get it for her, Jim would, and he did not say no to her ever. I don't ever remember him ever telling her no. Like she'd call him at 3 a.m. to take her to the gas station, and here he would be like, but he liked doing those things, but she got used to it. And it's been rough. It really has, and it's made things harder for me, because nobody likes to tell their kids no, but it's very important for, you guys are right. It is important for kids to know that things do not grow on trees. Money doesn't grow on trees. You can't just what if something happens to me? My daughter needs to know how to take care of herself. I don't ever want her to be dependent on a man. So it's important that they learn life skills too, and not just get everything handed to them. Kids never got away with lying to me because I was a wild child. I did all. I knew the game. Too afraid you'll screw up. I think I doubt it. I think you'll be a wonderful parent. I mean, I don't know you personally, but you seem highly intelligent. So I don't think, some people, I know a lot of very intelligent people, though, that choose not to have kids because they just know that they're not going to be good parents. And I think that's a very responsible decision to make. That's like, for instance, I don't know if you guys know who Adrienne Curry is. She was America's Next Top Model, like the very first winner. And I always followed her, probably because her name was Adrienne. Her name was spelled differently. But anyways, I followed her for years and years and years. And she always talks about how, or she used to, I don't watch her lives as much anymore, but she does go live on Facebook. And she talks about how all the time, like, people have pressure her into having babies. And she's just like, she knows that she just knows that she wouldn't be a good mother. I know, it just makes me feel horrible. I don't know why. It just makes me feel horrible because I don't know. Now I think she's understanding, but like, when we were live yesterday, you guys heard her. If you watched that live, she came in here and asked for something, and I had to tell her no. And she threw a little bit of fit, and then she came in here and she said, it's okay. She goes, I know you'll get it for me in the next day or two. So that's why, and I thought it was really sweet. That you didn't push them enough. See, that's what I'm afraid of. My daughter coming to me and be like, why didn't you do this? And why didn't you do that? I'm sure I'm going to hear that. Oh, Caitlin. Oh, no, I'm talking to them. I just said your name. Caitlin she knows that Athena's her child. And see, that's the thing, like, people are so worried, oh, I wouldn't trust her taking care of an animal. Caitlin takes care of Athena. And does extremely well. Athena is very, very well trained. For those who have even seen videos or have seen the video of Athena, I think I have the video up called the Ben Hill Brainiac. Athena, the Athena, the Ben Hill Brainiac. And you'll see Caitlin with Athena. She's taught her to sit, spin, shake. She's so, like, if you point somewhere, she goes there. Like, when I tell her to come up here and sit, like, when I get her to show her to you guys, she goes straight there. She is so intelligent. So we do know there, just because she's from the Ben Hill. Oh yeah, you get told no all the time. That's why I tried to tell her. That's why I tell her. I was like, you do understand, Caitlin. She just doesn't. She doesn't get it. I'm trying to get her excited about getting a job. She's old enough to get a job at McDonald's now. And you know how much they're gonna pay? I couldn't believe it. I made, oh my gosh, my first job I made $4.75 an hour. They pay 14-year-olds, like, when they first start in Indiana, $11 and something an hour. It's like, whoa. But with how, prices on everything, $3.50 for gas right now, and freaking $12.99 for a 12 or 24 pack. But after 90 days, they move her up to $13 an hour. I'm like, whoa. You got married at 14? I know. I try to give my daughter options. I don't want her to feel like she doesn't have a voice like I felt like. Are you really going to work there, Sherry? I know, but that's so crazy. That's a huge whoa, like a huge. Made you stronger, the chastity. I guess that's how I look at stuff like that. And it makes you stronger so you could deal with situations like much easier. Things don't affect you as strongly as they would normally when you deal with very traumatic events. And then, so it's kind of in a way, it's like worth it because then, I mean, it helps you deal with stuff. 18 per hour. Yeah, well, she's 14, so I don't know if that has something to do with it, but the minimum wage here is only $7.25, but I guess it's about to go up. So this is one of those teeth whitening things. So did everybody, I'm going to go here in a second. But did everybody see the shoes I have for sale? If anybody's interested, they're Michael Kors. I just came across some size 8 are so cute. Brand new Michael Kors. Yeah, they're the platform like sneakers. Come on, change. MK flower print. Yeah, I have a pair for myself like these. They're a bit gross. You're a bit gross. What do you mean by that? They're brand new shoes. What's wrong? You didn't drink your Haterade today, Nikki? I need to finish my bachelor degree, but I stopped. YouTube is when I YouTube took off and I couldn't do both, and I was doing really good on YouTube, and so I was like, you know, when I first started, but that's when my channel was first taken off. When it's like first taken off, you make really good money. That's a good one. Don't forget to show your imperfection tears through experience. So I know I do, but I feel bad at the same time because I don't want her to worry. Like, I've gone through some pretty scary times since Jim's passed, especially, you know, where I was afraid I was going to lose everything really because, you know, but anyways, and I felt bad because she saw that and it scared her. And then just like, you know, when Jim contacted her and told my daughter that got her scared about CPS and stuff. But if people on here didn't play those games, CPS would have never came by, but it's okay. It ended up working out. I told Caitlin, I was like, there's nothing you have to worry about. I even left her in there by herself with the guy. She liked talking to that guy from CP. You know, it's like, I don't have anything to hide. I said, I walked away and let them talk. He's like, you can stay here. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Yeah, mine, the one I have like these are actually a little bit big on me, so I kind of just wear thick socks. But guys, anybody interested? These are, I think, just email me. There, I should put them online, but it takes longer to sell. I know my sister worked as a mentor at CPS. She told me all kinds of crazy stories. She sure wishes she didn't get a psychology degree, though. I feel like a psychology degree is only useful if you're gonna get your master's and then your doctorate. Yes, everybody, please hit the like button real quick. I'm gonna try to remember to ask everybody to do that daily now, to see if it helps with my channel, because usually I didn't even care. All right. Yeah, right? Tortilla? If you want to make more than minimum wage, if you want to make more than a waitress, or actually waitresses make more than people in those type of fields, like the social services fields. It's a rewarding work, but I mean, stressful. You don't get paid enough. Thank you, Carrie. All the help you can get with, as far as what, Sherry? You mean help from the state? I haven't tried that yet. I don't know if I would qualify for certain things. Maybe now. I don't know. Subsidized housing. Isn't it like that a wait list or something? I'll have to look. I haven't looked into that. No, but that would be helpful. My rent is $1,000 a month. Hopefully I don't have to worry about that. I mean, right now, hopefully I'm getting past like the struggle, and as long as I stay consistent on here, and I have, I still am selling I have still a bunch of product I've been listing and stuff, and I'll probably stick to doing my resale in some ways. If I could stay in this house and get subsidized housing, that'd be awesome. But I don't think so. And something like that, I know that like Jim used to accept some kind of programs, like when he was a landlord, and he would have to, the thing that sucked about those type of programs is that they were really strict on things you had to do to keep the place up to code. They had to come and inspect and all kinds of stuff. It was like a yearly thing. Oh, read books like a No, I haven't done that recently. I didn't do well with I didn't feel like I did good with that app. I don't think it's really for me. I think WhatsApp is good for people who sell like those Funko doll things and trading baseball cards. And if anybody's needing hair dye, though, I still have some of those, like purple turquoise. I don't think I have any red. Probably the ones with the nice voices, though, are the ones that probably like the ones that have like the ASMR voices are the ones they want reading books. I'm going to dye my hair back to regular color. It's funny because Justin was asking me, I think he's really going to be doing a skit on me, like pretending to be me. He's asking me he's like, what color is your hair? I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of like bluish, blackish, brownish, blondish. Yeah, it's guaranteed money with Section 8. That is the good thing. You know you're going to get your money. Appellation. Vintage sellers. Well, I guess it would be considered. What's vintage? Is that over 20 years? Which one's older, antique or vintage? I have these dolls. They're vintage. If you want to buy this, hey, it worked. It worked yesterday. I sold a few yesterday from my live. The lady that was asking about them yesterday night actually did purchase a few of them. What did the fox say? Is he going to wear a sports bra? Is that what he's going to do? I figured that I was thinking I was going to tell him he should do a sports bra. And he should keep, and he could still keep the, the booty thing, because his granny booty kind of is similar to mine. Yeah, we watched some of it, some of Justin. Older is antique is older. I think so. I don't have the voice for. Oh my gosh, Tiffany Marie has. Why doesn't she do something like that? She has the perfect voice for something like that, or if she, or even ASMR. If I had a voice like that, I swear that's what I was telling Frosty back when she used to come. I don't know if you guys remember her, but she had a voice like that too. And I'm like, and she does do stuff like that, like ASMR type stuff. Get distracted. Yeah. Say like. mess with your hair, move around a lot. It's because it's weird seeing yourself. It makes you nervous. Thank you, Churchill. Hey, guys. Dude, yep. There's a lot. He has a lot of things that he could do to little habits I have, words I say all the time, and nervous twitches. Asked if that was a kid. Yeah, I kind of talk like a teenager. Western historical romance novels? Why is that? Oh my gosh. I can't do her voice. Hey. I can't. I can't. I can't. I told Justin just to go ahead and he might as well just get like even though my hair is like weird 5 million different colors right now, to just get it, because he was wondering what type of color to get. Just get a dark brown one. Then he can use it to do me, and he could do Tiffany Marie. Tiffany Marie is not a very good sport, though. I don't think she'll find it funny. Oh, really, Ava? That's awesome. Huh, really? Now I'm going to have to look those up, Brown Skittle. Could sound like Peachy. Absolutely. Well, we all have, like, I don't see why people would get offended. I don't. Now, it would bother me if I was younger, probably. I was self-conscious and worried about what people thought back when I was like 20. But now that I'm 42, it's just, I don't worry so much about that kind of stuff. I know I'm totally aware that we all have our weird things about us in ways that we talk, or little movements that we do repeatedly, or certain words we say all the time. Like Jim, I always knew how he would answer stuff. I knew exactly how he would, because he had his way too, like his words and ways and movements. And hey, Sue, thanks for stopping by. Really? Historical romance novels are, oh, so they're like love stories, but like a little bit extra added in. Don't say her name too many times. Oh, geez. Carrie Bowberry. Don't summon her. She's live. I think we're safe. Well, no, that doesn't mean we're safe. Pool boy. Maybe I'll do a few upload a few readings, do those before I go to bed. Because I got a bunch of new cards. Never safe. Oh. All right, guys. Go over to your favorite person, PG's, and check her out. Do you do readings? Brown Skittle? I guess my little emoji thing is not working that I was hoping would work. It's supposed to put the emojis like on the screen and they're supposed to fly all over the place, but must only work on Twitch. You don't know who PG is? Full moon tonight? Oh, it's probably, is it? Let's see what it says for the, does that mean it's like more paranormal activity too? It is a full moon. I'll have to look into that. Now I'm curious. Well, PG is you guys and your acronyms. Well, we're afraid of saying her name too many times. She might like appear or something. You know who PG is? Prayer Garden. PG's Prayer Garden. We'll be frisky at school. The P word. Yeah, we'll start calling her the P word. Dawn's side chick. When is she going to admit? I wish she would just admit that. I wish she would just admit it. Just admit her that she was coming on to Don Wells and flirting with him, probably trying to get information. What the hell? I had the record audio button pressed down for wow. Hopefully I didn't save that. That would be some huge file. It's something on my Stream Deck. That way I can like record sound bites like on YouTube or whenever I hear them, you know, just rewind and record. But I noticed it was pressed down. It did save that. Wow. We're going to delete that. Let me delete it right now. She was head over heels. Ew, moist. Oh no, what's she making fun of now? All right, guys, I'm going to go. sorry I didn't have anything exciting really to talk about tonight, but I appreciate you guys hanging out, and thank you to the ones that sent I think Brittany, to the ones that sent any cash apps or super chats. I really, really appreciate it. So good night, guys. Talk to you soon. I'll see you tomorrow.